Hello, air signs. Happy Thursday morning, and welcome to your daily focus tarot. So we have Three of Wands in the reverse, Five of Swords, and Judgment for you today, and what you should focus on. Now, the Three of Wands in reverse, it talks about delays and obstacles. It talks about a lack of planning, a lack of foresight, and a disappointment. And the clarifier was Ten of Pentacles, which has to do with long-term success, with legacy, with stability in terms of, well, this could have to do with health, but it could also have to do with actual pentacles, like actual coins, like finances, career and stuff. So you could be experiencing these obstacles that are making you realize you didn't plan enough, you didn't strategize enough in terms of this long-term success, this legacy that you want to leave, this long-term stability. So try to work on that planning. There's not much you can do if stuff is delayed. You can sit back and look over your plans, look over your strategy, and try and figure out where there might be holes in it. Now, the Five of Swords, this can talk about winning at all costs. It can talk about betrayal. It can talk about like people leaving your life. There's a sense of entitlement or defeat and blame. There could be jealousy. So this came out at the same time, and you see this character, he's thinking really hard. The swords are laid down on the ground. Presumably these three are his, and these two belong to the two people walking away from him. And they're walking, they're all on solid ground, but the two people are walking towards water. So they're walking towards something more emotionally and spiritually fulfilling. They're walking towards something that's calmer in that regard. So this card, when it talks about that sense of entitlement and betrayal and winning at all costs, ends justifying the means, even if you lose friends, if you lose family or whatever. It's that type of entitlement, which leads to, betrayal. So this card, it came out with Judgment, and Judgment talks about a new day. It talks about, this is Christian belief, this card. So it talks about Judgment Day, which is the day when the souls of everybody are supposed to leave the earth and go up to heaven. So to go up to a new, brighter future, right? They're supposed to leave the earth, leave the body behind. So when you get this card, it's talking about leaving behind what no longer serves you. They leave the body behind because they don't need the body anymore. They're a soul, right? They recognize they're a soul, and they recognize they don't need that. So this card, you see there's a flood coming. There's a huge tide of emotional and mental, like emotions spurring on thoughts and thoughts spurring on emotions. And there's like a huge tidal wave that's going to hit, right? So this is talking about leaving behind what doesn't serve you, realizing and acknowledging these emotions. Here it's calm water. Here it's a huge wave that's going to hit you. So you're recognizing whether it was you who felt this sense of entitlement or the sense of ends justifying the means, or it was somebody else who betrayed you, and you're one of those people walking away towards the calmer water, you're going to realize that you don't need certain things in your life today. This is what you should focus on. Like, focus on really thinking about what you need and what you don't need and what the cost of those things are. Because there is a cost. And when you get judgment, you need to leave behind the stuff that you no longer need. The stuff that no longer helps you on your path. The clarifier for these two cards was the Eight of Cups. Now, the Eight of Cups can be a card of seeking a higher spirituality, finding a calling. It's a card of making progress on your path, like getting on that path and really working on it and making progress towards it. Sometimes it talks about a decision point, and when you're in that decision point, you're deciding to let go because you are seeking that higher purpose. You are moving towards a different goal than what you were trying to achieve before. Possibly a goal that had collaboration with other people, that you thought was going to be a dream come true, and it turned out to be like a nightmare. So this Eight of Cups, it is talking about this path. It's talking about giving up these short-term goals for longer-term goals, because the short-term goals aren't really fulfilling you. They might be temporarily fulfilling you. You think like a kid opening up a present on Christmas Day. They play with it for maybe 10 minutes, and then they move on to the next thing. You can think of your short-term goals sometimes as being like that. You think it's going to fulfill you and make you happy. A particular collaboration or a particular friendship, you think it's going to make you happy, but in the long term you realize it's not. It's actually something that you want to step out of, you want to get rid of, because it doesn't serve you in terms of going towards your long-term goals and dreams. Have a great Thursday. I'll see you tomorrow.